Hi, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So I'm going to give it just a few more seconds to get a couple people in here because I know I decided to do this last minute. And so I'm going to give a few more people time to arrive. But I hope everyone, well, when you get ready to hear this replay, I hope everyone is having a fantastic, fantastic day. Sorry about that. Fantastic day. I hope your week has gone wonderfully. And I hope that everything that you saw for your business, your brand, your life, that whatever you're putting your finger on, right? I hope that all things are working out for your good and for his glory. So tonight I wanted to do something a little bit different. I wanted to come in and share my thoughts, my perspectives with you guys. And I wanted to let you guys know that we have some new things on the horizon. So I'll be sharing those with you guys as well. And also, we're going to talk a little bit about my tour. We're going to talk a little bit about what I am working on, what I'm dealing with right now as it relates to my brand, my business, and all the things, right? So, with that being said, a welcome in. And it's been a minute, right? It's been a minute since we chit chatted. It's been a minute since I did a webinar, and it's been a minute since I had a chance to just break things down with you guys. Let me go ahead and make sure my TikTok is working and all ready to go because I'm going to be streaming live there as well for those that are interested in being in that place and space and that community as well. Uh-oh. So let me go back. I went too far. My. Okay, let me go back to number one. All right. So welcome in, you guys. My name is Angelia Malbrew. For those of you that don't know me, we're getting ready to. I'm sorry. Why is this thing not doing what I needed to do? Hold just a second. All right, so we're going to hop right on into this webinar tonight, guys. And again, I apologize for the delay, but I wanted to make sure that I have everything working and ready for you guys. So come on in the room. So let me move this a little for my TikTok audience. Okay. Okay, that's good. Okay, so again, I will be going live on multiple platforms tonight. So don't worry about if you are a little bit late. It's totally fine because I'll be working through all of that in the replay, so you'll have a chance to go back and watch it from the very beginning. So first things first, I want to talk about something that a lot of business owners, entrepreneurs, executives, and leaders and creatives do. And I feel that they are not showing up as good as they could. They're not capitalizing on the moment. They're not doing everything they can do to be where their clients are. And I had a conversation this morning with one of my mentors in the photography business, and we were talking about what it's going to take to continue to show up and show out and be the professional that you know you are, the person that your clients want to see, and being able to just weed out the noise and try to get through all of those roadblocks and those headaches and things. So tonight we're going to talk about you were never meant to blend in. Hold on, let me give you guys some more light. You were never meant to blend in. And so tonight we're going to have a really good conversation. And like I said, I'm going live on multiple platforms tonight. So when you're here, say here. put a number one in the chat and let me know you are watching live. If you are watching this on a replay, type replay. But we're going to go ahead and get started. So, who am I? Who is this giving you instructions and guidance about your business, your brand, and your lifestyle? I am Angelia Malbrew. I'm a multi-award-winning luxury brand portrait photographer. I'm a strategist for businesses and entrepreneurs and leaders and creatives. And I also founded the Elevated brand. And I want to speak directly to the woman who has built her business, led her team, carried her responsibility, not just for her, but her brand, her business, and everyone else, right? And I want to talk to the woman who has quietly been putting her own brand, her own voice, and her own visibility at the bottom of the list. And a lot of times, guys, this is what we do, right? As women entrepreneurs and business leaders and executives, and not just women, like men do it too. But I think men have a better way, and this is just my personal opinion. You can do with it what you will, but I feel that men have a better way of showing up for themselves, and it doesn't take as much behind the scenes work for some men. Like some men can rise to the occasion, get to the business, and they can walk in the room and be proud. And whether their business is, at a Fortune 500 level, or if they are just getting started, sometimes men can walk in the room and they don't need a whole lot of pushing behind the scenes because they just do it, right? But some of us women, we need a little bit more encouraging, a little bit more motivating. So tonight, that's what we're going to talk about. And I want to tell you this. If this sounds like you even remotely, this is what I want you to know. You are never meant to blend in. You're meant to lead boldly, visibly, and with undeniable presence. And in order to be a business owner now, because you're not just fighting against your competition in your space, you're fighting against AI as well. And I feel I can definitely speak to that more than most. One, because I've been in the AI and tech space for nearly 20 years now. And two, I'm a photographer. So we are fighting for our lives out here against AI. Well, I'm not, because obviously, this is the way I look at it. And, other photographers, if you're in the room, go ahead and chime in as well. But as a photographer, I'm a luxury brand photographer. So the clients that would necessarily book with me, the clients that would book with me, they wouldn't necessarily be a person that would use AI for headshots on their profile pictures. They wouldn't use AI for a fake branding shoot. So I don't necessarily worry about what that space is doing, but what I can say personally, like my clients, they would never. Absolutely not. Now, is there anything wrong with it? No, if that's what you want. But clients that I work with, they tend to lean more on the side of authenticity. Okay. So this video is for every woman, business owner, leader, leadership development coach, or transition assistant, or person, or whoever it is that's ready to elevate their presence and their position. Because the expertise is already built, the brand is already built, the business is already solidified, right? But does it reflect who you are? And does it reflect everything that you've done, everything you worked hard to get through? If not, pull up a seat, grab a snack, and we're going to have a conversation. All right. So now here is something that a lot of people don't really realize in business. But visibility isn't a vanity metric. It's a strategy. So if you aren't being seen, if you aren't putting yourself out there, if you aren't in the place, in the space where people are readily identifying who you are, what your brand does, and all of that, then you are blending in, my friend. And then in business, you cannot afford to blend in. You have to stand out. Okay? So let me start here. Visibility is not about ego. It's not. It's not about showing off. And it's not about being everywhere. So for me, I had to make the executive decision that some platforms I just was not going to waste any time on anymore, especially starting this new month. I decided a few platforms I was cutting short. Instagram was one of them. I have over 20,000 followers on Instagram. But for me, my clients, let me just say this. The clients that I booked on Instagram were not my ideal clients. But hindsight 2020, looking at Facebook when I was doing like different campaigns. So for instance, I was doing a campaign for women over 40 at one time. And then I did a campaign for women over 50. So obviously at that time, the women over 40, women over 50, they were on Facebook. So that was a great place for me to let people know about my business. And I got some really good leads. Like I found clients on Facebook that paid me thousands to do what I do, right? But on Instagram, I feel that it's more of a vanity thing. And so even though yes, I do photograph luxury and I have luxury clients and we do luxury experiences, I feel like a lot of the stuff we see on Instagram, and this is just me, and maybe it's just my feed, but a lot of stuff I see on Instagram is all for show and it's not authentic. And so the clients that I work with, like I said, they're typically more on the authentic tip and it's not so much superficial. So I'll tell you what visibility is about though. It's about alignment. It's about impact and it's about ownership. TikTok, can you guys see that? Okay. Okay. Um, it's about ownership because if people don't see you, they can't trust you. And if they don't trust you, they won't pay you. And if they won't pay you, they're definitely not going to follow you. They're not going to tell their friends about you and they won't care about what you're doing. You are no longer living in a world where doing the work is good enough. You have to show up and you have to show up boldly, not, in a rambunctious way. Cause I know a lot of people feel like, you got to be the loudest one in the room. Not necessarily, but you do have to show up and you have to make impact. You have to show up and you have to give quality. You have to show up and be the best at what you do. Not in other people's eyes, but in yours. There are a lot of let me tell you, if you go to my Instagram, you will see there are a ton of photographers that follow me. I have visibility with them, but those are not my clients. I don't talk to photographers. They connect with me because they've heard me on this nationally syndicated podcast, and a lot of them found me there, or a lot of them found me in one of my photography groups. However, just because you have visibility and you have a ton of people following you, that does not mean that these are the people that should be paying you, especially if you're a business owner. Because like I said, I have over 20,000 followers over there, but those are not my ideal clients. Now, if I wanted to sell a digital workbook or something like that, they would be great for that. Would they be the clients that I would say, you know what, let's hop on a phone call and, book a session with? No. These are a lot of people that are either in my industry or they are literally trying to lean and glean from what they've learned. Maybe they met me at a networking event or something, and maybe, it could have been a photography space. I don't know. But like I said, I have a ton of photographers following me. And I already know me trying to market my business there, me trying to tell this group they are not my people. And that's okay. But anyway, let's move on. So you need a personal brand. And not just a personal brand that sounds good. You need one that looks good on paper. You need one that reinforces your value before you open your mouth. Do you know that if you have a business, people are always, always, always looking, whether they like, whether they comment, whether they share. People are always watching, always. Your business is speaking for you in rooms where you are not even privy to. Case in point, the other day I went to take my puppy for a walk. We typically go out, early in the morning because we live in Arizona, so it gets really hot here. Really quickly, and so it's getting ready to get back to the triple digits. I think today it was like 97. We'll be at 104 or 105 by the end of this week. But anyway, we went out for a walk, and lo and behold, when I came back, I had a new client. Someone had hopped on, paid my consultation fee, and she sent me a message on, get this, she found me on here, but she went to Instagram and sent me a message. Weird. I know, right? So she paid my consultation fee and she was like, I am so excited to talk with you. She was like, my husband and I are building a business and we both need headshots. And I'm like, okay, great. So I didn't have to warm her up. I didn't have to tell her anything about my business. This lady found me because where I'm showing up, I decided, even with my ads, I'm very strategic. Like typically men won't see my ads unless, they are on an account that is label for a woman because I don't market to men. However, I do photograph men, but they are not my target audience. So I'm not going to come over here and say, oh, just because you're a man, I'm not going to photograph you. What I will say is, you're not my TA, but let's talk about what I can help you with, because there may be somebody else in my community that I can refer you, because I refer work out all the time. I'm not a gatekeeper. I don't do that. Because at the end of the day, if you are not my ideal client, I want you to go to someone that is looking for you. Because if I can't support my fellow photographer or my fellow consultant or whatever job that I'm doing, if someone comes to me and I know someone else is a better fit, I'm going to send them over there, because 9 times out of 10, if I'm referring business to you, it'll come back to me 100-fold. That's just the way I look at it. So here's the thing. I've seen too many brilliant women playing it small because they've been taught that confidence is arrogance. And that's not true. Or that being visible somehow means that you're trying, or you're trying too hard. I've seen it. I've heard it. I've heard the stories of when clients come to me and they have, worked with another photographer that didn't see their value, or that didn't tell them, how they could help them to shine in their brand. And they just showed up. Well, I'm not going to say they show up like that with me, because we hop on a consultation call, but I've heard it. And they're like, oh, I've never had this before. I've never had this experience before. Nobody has ever asked me these questions before. And so my consultation process is different than most. It's not transactional for me. I like to get to know you. Who are you? Who are your clients? Like, what are you trying to showcase for your clients before we get to the makeup, before we get to the hairstyling, before we get to any of that? I want to know about you. And I want to know what makes you and your brand come together, collaborate, and make beautiful. How can I make this happen for you? And so that's the way I like to look at it. That's the way I like to help my clients, because I feel like if I'm transactional, and when I say transactional, I'm not just saying, oh, we, just take the money and move. But what I'm saying is, if I'm not telling you why this is important, or if I'm not asking you why is this important and who are you now versus who are you trying to become, then I'm not doing my due diligence and I'm not helping you as best as I can. And so that's important to me. I'm not just a photographer, like I'm a strategist. And so with the strategy comes me helping you to find what is supposed to be working for you, what is not working for you, so we can scratch all of that and move on to the things that we should be implementing, right? Hey, you guys, thanks for stopping by. So here's the thing. Let me be clear. And I mean really, really clear. Being visible in your brand is not a weakness, it's a leadership move. So if you have a brand, make sure you are working with a brand strategist, somebody that can help you to get what you need quicker. Okay? All right. Now let's move on. Oh, and if you guys have any questions, make sure you put them in the chat. I am watching watching you guys on TikTok as well. So if you have any questions about branding, put them in the chat, or you can hold them to the end, because I will be doing a Q&A for those of you that are interested in asking me questions about photography, the tour, the new stuff I'm getting ready to announce. Just make sure you put those questions in the chat, or you can hold them to the end. All right. So now let's talk about the 3 types of leaders that I work with. In my work, I typically serve 3 types of women, and I'm a data and analytics girl, so it's easy for me to figure out who my target audience is, because these people keep coming back to me. They found me, I didn't find them. Number 1, the hidden leader. So these women are absolutely amazing, right? Like, you see them, but you really don't see them. Like, she's amazing at what she does, but she feels totally invisible in her industry. Her work is super powerful. Like you see her all the places, and her brand doesn't reflect it. So this is one of my recent clients. Her name is Justine, and she actually works to help small business owners. But to my surprise, when I talked to her and I asked her, I was like, "Hey, when was the last time you updated your branding?" She was like, "Actually, Angelia," she was like, "I just started I just got my real estate license, and I haven't done anything in a while." And I was really shocked because she's at all of the events here in town, right? A lot of people know her, a lot of businesses know her. And I was really shocked that she hadn't done anything recently. She was like, "Yeah, I'm just using like an old headshot somebody used." And I'm telling you, in my marketing, that's why I talk the way I talk, because these are the things that my clients are telling me. And if you listen to your people, they will tell you exactly what you need to know in order to connect with those same type of people, right? So like I said, she's amazing at what she does, but she definitely feels invisible in her industry. It's almost overwhelming to her. She hasn't had the opportunity to shine the way that she really deserves to. Her work, like I said, her work is powerful, but her brand is just isn't showing it, right? And number two, the evolving visionary. She's grown past her original brand. Her look, her message has changed, and now she's ready for something new. And right now, a lot of people are working on this pivot, right? A lot of people are pivoting for whatever reason. We are seeing so many people lose jobs now, so they're having to pivot. There are a lot of people that are feeling like they're outgrowing what they've been doing, and so they are pivoting. And there are a lot of people that just won't change right now, right? So they're pivoting as well. But the evolving visionary, like she doesn't know how to show up now and who she is now, not the person she was 5, 10 years ago, because that was easy. But now you're stepping into something new. You're stepping into a new beginning, and you're stepping into hey y'all, hey, thank you for coming in. Thank you for stopping by. Please like the live when you come in. Thank you. Um this woman is ready for change, but she doesn't quite know how to get there. And so that's hard for women that are, on the brink of something new. They're trying to get, to the next level. And unfortunately, they haven't, had the opportunity to really sit down and dig deep into what this is, who they are becoming, what they're trying to do, who their new target audience even is. Because that's new groundwork that you have to do. And if you're not doing that, you're going to miss out on people that you should be working with. So that's what I tell a lot of my coaches. Well, not a lot, all of my coaching students. I let them know that you have to lay the foundation from the beginning. Who are you? Who are you trying to work with? Who are the new clients you're trying to work with, especially if you're pivoting? And what language are you using now that could be causing people that should be your clients to be repelled from you? So that's something that we work through. We talk about, your client avatar. We talk about, we literally go all the way down to the places they shop, the things they do, what are their hobbies, do they have children, are they married, do they live in the suburbs, or, who are they? We break it all down. So it really depends on your business. It depends on the type of clients that you are looking to really connect with. Because, for instance, I wouldn't give a person that is talking to single moms because she's trying to help her to get more balance in her life. I wouldn't tell the same thing to a person that's running a, 6-figure consulting business, because their needs are going to be different. Their business is going to be different. The things that they do is going to be different. And the third person that I love working with is the respected executive. So she has the title, she has the influence and the track record, right? So she's done a lot of good groundwork, but she's still operating behind the scenes, while other people with less impact, less notoriety get more visibility. And unfortunately, that's something that I hear and see way too often, because you're looking at, oh my gosh, I'm putting in the work. Like, where are the people? Why are they not showing up for me? And I know what I'm doing, but the people are not there. I need more visibility. I'm trying to get in front of more people. So here's the thing. If any of those sound like you, sound like your brand, your business, and um, what you're going through right now in your pivot, your day to day, I want you to know this. You do not need to reinvent yourself. You do not need to reinvent the wheel, but you do need to reveal yourself. And that does take groundwork. Now, let's talk about elevating your leadership brand from the inside out. And let me know if you guys can hear me okay on TikTok as well. So, true elevation doesn't start with the photo shoot. And I know you guys have heard me talk about this. If you joined my live before, if you have heard me speak on stages when I talk about leadership development or anything like that, it doesn't start with the photo shoot. Like, photo shoot is only part of it. It starts with your mindset. It starts with your permission, and it starts with your clarity, and it starts with you making a decision to stop hiding behind your credentials, stop hiding behind your company, stop hiding behind your logo, and get out of your comfort zone. That's where it starts. So for those of you that have been following me any amount of time, or if you just got here, welcome. I am officially launching my 12-month Elevate Your Brand tour, where I am headed to 12 cities over the next 12 months. So, in the Elevate Your Brand experience, we don't just take pictures. Like, honestly, I hate when people just show up and do that kind of crazy stuff, because I feel like you're doing your clients a disservice. We build presence, we map out your brand story, and we define your visual identity. And we make sure that the outside, everything that you have done, everything you've accomplished, actually creates momentum for that woman on the inside, for the person on the inside that they have become, but they haven't shown up as that woman yet, right? This is about legacy. It's about opening doors for the new opportunities you desperately deserve, and also about building brand equity that lasts, not just something that you're going to do for, a quick fix, like a quick headshot. You're not really getting the value out of that. It's okay if you have, your company doing headshots or something. That's cool. But who are you outside of that company? Who are you outside of that leadership role that you were just promoted to? Who are you? Like, what is your brand about? And what does your brand bring to the table for your people? And also, this is brand new that I am launching, and it starts officially tomorrow. So if you probably came by my page, you probably saw it. Maybe you didn't, but go see it after this live is over. But I'm starting the executive visibility room. So let me tell you what it is and who it's for. So I knew a few months ago that I kind of wanted to do this, but I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do yet. So I didn't put it out, didn't talk about it, right? I had initially named it something else, and I've been sitting on it, and I said, you know what, it's time for me to put this out. But I was kind of leery of putting it out, especially with start doing the tour. But I think it's going to fit right in perfectly, because what I'm going to do is I don't care where I'm going to be. We're going to do it live anyway. But this time it's going to start on a Wednesday. Typically, I think I'm going to do Thursdays, because in the past, Thursdays have been my best days to do lives and stuff. So today, I wanted to put this out here and also let you guys know that it will be launching officially tomorrow. But anyway, here it is. The Executive Visibility Room was created for one reason and one reason alone: to give high level women a space to practice presence and not performance. Because a lot of them, they don't know the value that they hold. They don't realize how amazing they are. And so I'm going to hold space for them and just allow them to be who they truly are. It's going to be a weekly space where we talk about executive brand building and personal authority. We're going to talk about positioning for media, partnerships, visibility, collaborations, things like that. We're also going to talk about showing up boldly as the face of your brand. And also, last but not least, we're going to talk about making leadership branding strategies. Not just something we're going to throw together on a piece of paper, but something that is going to last, not an afterthought. And no, before you ask, it is not another coaching call because I don't like those. And it is not another masterclass. It's a boardroom built for leaders who are ready to elevate how they show up in the world. And yes, it is going to be free. But I only want people that are serious about this and serious about, leveling up and serious about getting their brands and their businesses exactly where they want it. So for me to be doing a free boardroom uh call situation like this is taking from my business, so I'm just here to pour into other people, and I do well when I pour into other people, and I love giving back and helping other people, because had I not had people to pour into me, I wouldn't be where I am today. So I'm grateful for everyone that took the time to help me to get my business, my brand, and all of my stuff where I am today. And not only that, having the ability to have multiple successful businesses is a blessing. And so if I can do anything to help give back to other people, that's what I'm going to do. But again, this will be live. We'll do it live tomorrow. And then, like I said, going forward, it'll be on Thursdays, but tomorrow it will be on Wednesday. And I think it's going to probably be about 5 o'clock Mountain Standard Time. So, hopefully that'll give people time to get home, get settled, and be ready to dive in, dive deep. And it'll probably go maybe an hour. I don't know. We'll see how long it goes, but I'm thinking maybe about an hour, just to keep it short and sweet. So if you're interested in that, let me know and I'll get a link out to you. So now let's talk about let's shift gears for a moment and talk about what I've learned leading a national tour. So that is actually another series that I'm going to put on YouTube. So if you're interested in that, make sure you go and follow me on YouTube. And my YouTube handle is Angelia Malbrew Photography on YouTube. Go like, share, and subscribe over there too. So here's the thing. Traveling the country, working with brilliant, bold, and high-level women, one thing is clear. And I'll tell you what that is. They are not lacking talent. They are lacking intentional visibility. They lack showing up as the powerhouses they are. They are leading teams. They are scaling businesses. They are building brands. They are funding movements. But you would never know it. You want to know why? Because they haven't taken the time to invest in their own brand stories. And that makes me sad, because a lot of women, they need this. They need this experience. They need to experience this, because I feel like if I continue to do what I'm supposed to do and I bring the right clients into the fold, not only am I building businesses, I'm building brands. And building brands not only helps to elevate this business owner, but I'm feeding families when I'm doing this. And so it's not just, me showing up to take a photo of you. This is me building a brand and helping you to build your legacy. So this tour has reminded me of several things. One of the things it has reminded me of is that when a woman sees herself differently, the world the world sees her differently. She responds to things differently. And that's what this work is all about. That's why I do what I do. That's why my ministry is to pour into women. That's why, I don't take this gift that I have lightly. I take this serious, and I do I hold this near and dear to my heart. That's why when it comes to working with people, I don't work with everyone. I can't bring everyone around my clients, because I want to make sure that my clients are taken care of. A lot of these women have been through things that have been, detrimental, like horrible things they've been through. and they have just learned to just deal with it and just be quiet. But unfortunately, everybody gets to a point where they have get to their breaking point. And so when they come in for a photography session with me, it's almost like a therapy session because I tell them whatever problems you're dealing with, I want you to leave that at the door, and I want you to come in, um, and just be you. Don't worry about the kids. Don't worry about the husband for just for this time that you're with me. I need you to focus on you and let your hair down and just relax. And a lot of them, they don't have that opportunity. And so being able to give them that, it's everything to me. And I am so grateful to have that gift to be able to, you know, calm people down and make them feel that they are being taken care of and they're being loved on the way that they should. All right. So let's go ahead and move on. I'm getting ready to wrap this thing on up. Where's my mouse? This is the problem with having multiple screens with Mac because you're trying to slide over and it's going to the other. So here's the thing. If any of what I said today spoke to you, if you're just getting here, welcome in. I don't know where you've been. Here's the next step to working with me. So let me go back. So here's the next step. One, I need you to DM me so we can have a conversation about your brand, your business, and what you are looking to do, what you're working on right now, and how I can help you. Right? So, if you're ready to be elevated strategically, if you're ready for, a luxury brand photography session that speaks to who you are, that reflects your expertise, I want you to apply for the Elevate Your Brand Tour. Again, I'm headed to 12 cities over the next 12 months. And if this is something that resonates with you, like I would love to have you on the tour. And I'm opening up a few more spots in Dallas and Atlanta. So those are my two upcoming cities. And actually, I'll be in Atlanta this weekend. So if you are ready to take charge of your brand, go ahead and see me after class. You can DM me. I welcome it. And also Dallas. Dallas will be next week. Atlanta is this weekend. If you are in those areas, make sure you reach out to me today. Do not delay because there's so much behind the scenes that has to be done before I get to those cities. I have to make sure that, we have the correct location for your shoot. I have to make sure that my staff is ready for your shoot and ready for you. We have to do a ton of stuff behind the scenes. So if you are interested in Dallas or Atlanta, now I will be going to Atlanta twice. So if you are in Atlanta and you can't make this weekend, make sure you reach out to me because I will be back in Atlanta in a couple of months. But for now, I will be there this weekend. And then, like I said, next week I will be in Dallas. So if you are ready to grow your presence and your power and your personal brand as a leader, I need you to DM me or send me you can put your message here in the chat if you are on TikTok, if you are on YouTube or Instagram or Facebook, you can put it in the comments and then I will get back to you. But go ahead and DM me visibility and I can get the link to you for tomorrow's class. And again, the first session starts tomorrow and it will be at 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. So you don't have to guess anymore. Like, I am here to help give you the clarity that you need. And I don't want you to feel like you have to settle because that's not the thing. You don't need to do that. But I also don't want you to keep hiding behind your logos, hiding behind your business. I'm ready for you to show up as the powerhouse you are because you are the brand. And it's time to elevate the way the world sees you. So again, if you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out. You can DM me the word elevate for the tour and DM me the word visibility to get the link for tomorrow's executive visibility class. And again, that class will be free. The tour is not free because this is your season to be seen. And I want that for you. Okay. All righty. So we are going to wrap it up. and put a bow on it and call it a night, or maybe I'll hang out on TikTok for a little bit. I don't know if anybody has any questions, but thank you guys so much for joining me tonight. Um, yeah, just wanted to share that with you guys, let you know about my things that I'm doing, the tour, and like I said, the executive visibility room that will be starting on tomorrow. And if you have any questions about anything, feel free to reach out. All right, I might be back on TikTok. I don't know. We'll see. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Have a good night.